everybody, welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. It's Kelsey and Shelby here, and we are continuing the month of October with some fabulous crock pot recipes. Before we get started into another great and tasty recipe, we wanted to remind you that today is October 24th, so it is time for that free cooking class that we are having with that celebrity chef. So we hope to see you guys come on out for that. It should be a great time and a great way to learn and taste some new recipes. So without further ado, I'll let Shelby go ahead and get into our recipe today.
Yes, so today's recipe is one of my favorites because it's easy. It shows you how you can use the slow cooker, not just for easy meals with, pretty much hands off, but you can make future meals by freezing them to put in your crock pot for later. So we're going to show you a meatball veggie soup. The original recipe is for 6 servings, but we live at home with just ourselves and our husbands, so we just needed 2 servings or 3. So we've halved this recipe. We're going to do half of the recipe to cook for today, but we've also gone ahead and put half of it into a freezer bag that we can use later on. All you have to do is thaw that out, throw it in the crock pot, and cook it just like you're going to cook this first recipe. All right, it's super easy. All you have to do is just add all the ingredients in. First, we've got some great frozen meatballs. Now remember, before you cook anything in the crock pot, it all has to be thawed out. So we let this sit overnight to thaw out so they weren't frozen when they went in. Next, we've got some green beans. You could do fresh green beans, but if you're not able to find those, we couldn't find those. We just used frozen and thawed them out overnight as well. Next is the zucchini, just roughly chopped. And some carrots. We had some leftover baby carrots, but you could certainly use large carrots as well and just slice them finely. Lastly, we've got an onion going in. That's going to be all the tasty goodness for our recipe. So now we're going to put in the liquid. The base is going to be some chicken broth. That's the low sodium, low fat chicken broth. We're going to put all of that in. And the amazing thing about this recipe is you don't have to add any kind of salt, pepper. You're getting all your flavor from these bases. Then we're going to put in some low sodium pasta sauce. Easy peasy. All right, you just want to mix this together so that it's well combined. Then you're going to cook it for 8 hours on low. It'll be ready when you get home from work. It's going to smell great and taste just as great as well. All right, so we definitely want to give this a taste test.
Because it smells delicious.
It really does. I'm going for veggies first. Trying to get both. Very tender.
Very tender, and
You
didn't add any spices, so you don't have to worry about there being a bland taste because there's a lot of flavor from the pasta sauce.
Yes, and that just makes it so much easier. I always appreciate an easy meal after a long day.
Right. Well, we hope you guys try this recipe out. Let us know in the comments below what you think. And we would love to see you next week on Wellness Wednesday. Before we go, we wanted to remind you about our 20 for 20 game card. So don't forget that will need to be turned in this week to get your free t-shirt. We hope to see you at one of our cooking classes today, and we will see you next week on Wellness Wednesday, your place to get well one bite at a time.